Yeah, welcome back. Like I said before we went for that short break, that we are still talking to the immediate past Minister of Youth and Sport in Nigeria. He's a chieftain in his right of the All Progressive Congress, and he has been telling us what you need to know about governance. And one thing I can take away from it is that until we change the institutions surrounding the presidency in Nigeria, it will be difficult. It will be difficult for us to get a Nigeria that we all want. Thank you very much again for your time, Honorable. Now,
Welcome.
to go to the main issue that is at the lips of every Nigerian now. You mentioned it. Initially, we were talking about Boko Haram, we were talking about bandits, we were talking about arms men, we were talking about. Now we don't even know what to talk about. Headsmen and every other thing. Now, what do you think is the problem with this insecurity that has become a norm in Nigeria everywhere you go to? When I coming into this place, I wanted to park my car outside. My people said park outside. I said no, I want security. Let the car be inside the compound because I don't know what will happen. Is that bad? Where did we get it wrong? How did we get here?
Well, it's injustice. Everything that escalated the security situation is injustice. Societies are organized on justice. I belong to the philosophical school of thought that we need anti-corruption commission and not economic and financial crime commission. Because we are not attacking the causative agent. Rather, we are attacking the symptoms. Corruption, insecurity, bribery, 419, violent crimes, kidnapping, banditry, all are caused by injustice. But when you organize a society justly, these violent crimes will be minimized. Nigeria is a multi-ethnic and cultural society with about 500 ethnic nationalities. If these 500 ethnic nationalities are not given the sense of belonging, of course, peace will not be a neighbor of that arrangement. You have to go back and look at the origin of our federation. The first constitutional conference was in 1954. Something instigated that conference. The self-rule motion by Chibenaro resulted into conflict that the two major Almagan, the northern and the southern protectorates, walked out of the federation. When the northern leaders were attacked after the motion in Lagos, when they came back to the north, they said, we're not going back, and they refused. When southern leaders were prevailed to come to Kano and pacify the northern leaders, and they came, they were also attacked. When they went back to the south, they said, we're no more coming back. So from 1953, after the self-rule motion, to when the Constitutional Conference, Littleton Constitutional Conference, Constitution, was given birth to in 1954, there was no Nigeria. There was no Nigeria. Because the amalgamation of Lord Logan was dissolved by the two blocks. That's one we're going to again. It was Sir Littleton who muted the Constitutional Conference in 1954. And The Northerners said they were not going to go to the South for the conference. The Southerners said they were not coming to the North for the conference. London was chosen as a neutral ground. And it was in London that the current federation, which most people, the physical federation, which most people refer to as ideal federation, was now agreed upon. And that federation had institutional frameworks that dispense justice to the people from the center and at the regional level. In the northern region, it recognizes the diversity of the people. And Sadana initially misconceived the federation. But when he received serious resistance from the minorities, he adjusted, he accommodated them, brought the Christians into government, made his PPS a Christian, the late Chiba Awane, his best friend, Michael Buba, a Christian. Sir Chamena was appointed the DO of the predominantly Sokoto province. Christians were saturated in the government. They felt belonged, and there was peace. Azikiwe did the same thing to the minorities. So also Awolowo. So there was that stability. But it was the military boys who never understood this dynamics and complexity of the federation that misconceived it and then attacked it. And then the military now brought us into this arrangement. Though it's a unitary system of government, but with the name federalism. Because what we have on the ground is not a federation. We have a unitary system. We have a very strong system. What power? There's power sharing arrangement between the center and the federating units. It's so inconsequential that the power is so strong, and the center is so strong, and everybody's interest gravitates to the center because that's where the resources are. That's where sharing is going on. That's where looting is going on. That's where everybody makes wealth. So nobody wants to go and work in the locality because there's nothing there. But in 1954, the resources were at the bottom of the pyramid. So nobody was interested in going to the center. It has been reversed by the military. So the pyramid has been turned upside down. And this is what is responsible for the chaotic situation we are having. Injustice has grown to an alarming proportion in this country. And so now, because of injustice, the youth population had never been given attention since the return of this democracy. So they are now frustrated, and anything they lay their hands on is what they call employment. The state is not playing the role of upbringing for the young people so that they can be future leaders. And so the hope which we had when we were growing up had already fizzled out in this generation, so they are frustrated. People, businessmen, who with the shrinking of the economy because of lack of economic activities and economic engineering, the creation of emergency billionaires who milk wealth from the state and do not even invest in the economy, had shrunk the economy and frustrated businessmen out of the business. So anything they lay hand on, they do it. They call it employment. Before in this country, there are people who were called contractors. Today, contractors are found in the public service. Ministries advertise contracts. But all those who will waste their resources and bid, at the end of the day, will not win. Some of them who are doing well, but because they are people with critical minds like me, they will be lured to be given contracts. They will perform the contract, and then government will refuse to pay so they can destroy them. Destroy their capacity to challenge government. And then the politics of godfatherism, godmotherism also have given birth to monumental injustice. It has eliminated credible actors from the political space and had opened a very wide floodgate for mediocres, hypocrites, not to walk in, but to celebrate in to the political landscape and had taken over. So, credible voices now can be heard underground, not close to the power base. Now, those credible political actors interested in playing politics that are now being forced out of the political space, anything they lay their hands on is employment. Communities had been dislocated first by unknown gunmen, later by another nomenclature, Fulani herdsmen. Today, they have a professional name, bandits, recognized. The media is promoting it, banditry. So it's another profession. Now, when you take a SWOT analysis of banditry, you will discover from the arrays that is made that we have not scratched the problems. Because if all those who are arrested were the informants of bandits, and they will tell you, oh, we kidnapped this man, we were given 100 million, and you ask him a question, how much were you given? And then he will say that I was given 100,000. How many of you in all participated? He said we are 25. So about 2 million has been given to them, their share. Where is 98 million? Who has the 98 million? Nobody has asked that question. So it means there is a crisis entrepreneur cartel that is funding the violent crimes. The next question is, are you now saying that we have a very weak intelligence gathering community? The answer is no. We are one of the most professional intelligence gathering machinery in this country. But why have they not been able to stem the tide of this ugly situation we have found ourselves? Women, children, pregnant women, small children are kidnapped, marched in a military manner with arms bearing criminals, dictating to citizens and taking them into the forest, parading them with all forms of sophisticated weapons, traumatizing them and shooting. Talk so that they bring money for us, or we kill you. The sum total of this thing is that we need to overhaul our justice mechanism. You should not be given justice because you know somebody. I shouldn't look at your face or listen to your tongue or your faith before I can do justice to you. A country organized on this parameter is heading with GSM speed to that word you said. You said doom. Yes, that is DOOM. We are moving with a take-off aircraft speed on the runway to that country you are calling the name. I'm having difficulty with pronouncing it, but that country, doom.
Okay, sir. It's been a very lovely time with you. And lastly, we're just going into 2023 and the All Progressive Congress. What's the fate of the All Progressive Congress in 2023? Are you doing zoning? Are you not doing zoning? And what will it be for the All Progressive Congress?
Well, we see the All Progressive Congress, like I said in one of my earlier interviews, we have not organized ourselves properly as a political party. One, as a party in government, we have not even defended our government very well. The party fathers the government. The party is expected to protect the government. The party is expected to defend the government. Today, the mechanism of communication of the party is moribund. There are three institutions in democracy that defend the government. The party in government, which is media office, the government, which is information ministry, and then the presidency, which is spokesperson. Now, the party defends the manifesto of the party, which the government is implementing. The government, through the information ministry, defend its performance. The presidential spokesperson of the president speaks for the office of the president. He does not even speak for the government, neither can he speak for the party. But because of the collapse of this relationship, the presidential spokesperson is the only person speaking for the president, speaking for the government of APC, and speaking for APC itself. If there is crisis in APC, you wait for the presidential spokesperson to explain it. Nigerians attack the government, you wait for the presidential person to explain to Nigerians. If the presidency comes under attack, it's the same person. That is evidence of failure. That our institutions cannot speak to defend our actions. That is why President Muhammadu Buhari has come under intense and enormous pressure, more than any other president in the history of the country. Even Abacha did not face this type of pressure. Even Abacha even had image launderers. Now, the Office of National Orientation Agency, which is supposed to mobilize Nigerians to key into the manifesto of APC, that critical institution too, has completely gone out of existence. And many Nigerians do not even know whether it still exists. So I sympathize with President Muhammadu Buhari because he is like an angel who was invited to dance in the mud and is expected to return to heaven clean. I don't see him returning to Torah clean. I don't see him. All those who are supposed to support him, everything, right from the local government, everything has collapsed. And that is why if you go to the village, people do not insult anybody, they insult Buhari. But they have a councillor. They have a chairman of a local government. They have a member of the House of Assembly elected. They have a member of the House of Reps elected. They have a senator. They have a governor. I mean, look at this chain of leadership. But that Nigerians do not even know that they exist because their impact is not felt. None of them is even talking about the government. None of them is defending the government. So every arsenal is targeted towards Asoro. And that's why Buhari is receiving the hit he is receiving. And so, if you replace Buhari with another president, and these institutions do not live up to their responsibilities, I am telling you, nothing will change. I'm not a prophet, and I'm neither a prophet of doom, but nothing will change. Because the president cannot be a governor. The president cannot be a senator. The president cannot be a member of the House of Reps. The president cannot be a chairman of a local government. He can never be a councillor. There are levels of leadership recognized by federal constitution. Power is shared along this line, and every political actor, every authority is expected to discharge his responsibility. And these authorities are adequately funded by the Constitution.
So in summary, do you see APC staying beyond 2023 with your understanding of the party?
Well, I am an APC member, a founding member of the party. Like I said earlier, I started opposition against PDP before other people joined me. So, my conduct is on trial. am expected to account to Nigerians by the end of this tenure how we have been able to change Nigeria. So you cannot ask me this question because I am also on trial. Because Nigerians have started reminding me by some of the speeches I made in 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, and 2014, 2015. Nigerians are sending it to me. So, whether APC will stay beyond 2023, it will not be for me to say. But I will want us to remain in power. But then, we can only remain in power if the mandate given to us will deliver. Because re-election is based on delivery. And 2023 is a critical year in the circle of political leadership. Because that is the year that a baton will move from a president to another president, whether within the party or to another president outside the party. That will be determined by Nigerians. And of course, in 2023, Nigerians have started telling me, measure your statement in 2015 with the situation now. And I've been fasting and praying that I should be able to get the way I will answer some of the questions people are sending to me.
Long but very short interview, considering the kind of person you are. So what will you be telling Nigerians in diaspora about how we'll get it right as a nation going forward?
Well, I'm proud of Nigerians in diaspora because, like I said, the struggle for change was supported massively by Nigerians in diaspora. They did not only stop at that, they have contributed positively. From the last I checked, $17 billion yearly into the national economy as remittances. It's a huge investment by a section of Nigerians. They have also done wonderfully in promoting our image in sciences, in businesses, information technology. In fact, in politics outside Nigeria, they have done incredibly well. So I'm proud of them. The message is, do not lose hope in Nigeria. We may lose hope in Nigerian politics, but let us not lose hope in Nigeria, because we have no another place than Nigeria, and it is possible to make it better than what it is today. That is my belief. And I wish Nigerians well anywhere they are in the world. Let them stay proud of Nigeria and work very hard to earn their living. I will conclude by saying, unfortunately, there was a mild drama in the National Assembly about a petition from Nigerians in diaspora, and I think the drama tend to challenge their competence to complain on issues of security in Nigeria. I think that was misconceived by the presiding officer, and I thank God it has been taken care of. The best person to complain about the conduct of a player is a spectator, the man who is not playing. So nobody sees Nigeria better than those who are not in Nigeria. And so if they have seen things that will make Nigeria better and had complained, it should be taken with all seriousness and attached the word desire. We are looking forward to making Nigeria a better country. Thank you.
It has been Ben talks with Honorable Solomon Dalung, the immediate past Minister of Youth and Sport in Nigeria.